You gonna say hi to everybody? Oh, you just get shy. Are you shy? Are you shy? Go say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. Baby girl. Here. Let me show you. Guys, this is Amelia. Say hi, Amelia. She's like, no, what's going on? Oh, she's such a sweetheart. Amelia is 8 weeks old and she is a Shih Tzu. Oh, she's the most precious little thing ever. Oh my gosh, I am so in love. Aren't you? You're so precious. You love your mommy, don't you? You like face kisses too. Yes. Okay, I guess I better give her back. I don't want to. I'll be back for you.
Oh, she's hugging.
Alright guys, so today we are going to be doing a second Christmas cha-ching video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the first one. This is going to be the second. I know I talked about a third. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get the third or not. I'm going to try, but we shall see. Things are getting a little tough now here with puppy Eric, and I have to kind of like take turns just, you know, being with her. So let's just get into some more Christmas stuff. So the first thing that I have for this Christmas related cha-ching was a Boyd's Christmas ornament. This one was called, they were called Charming Angels, and the name of the angel was Aurora. These are really pretty. I picked them up, I think, at Goodwill, and I think I paid maybe $1.99 or $2.99 for them. And this one here sold for $19.99. Next item I have was a snowman made out of a gourd. I got this at a yard sale. I'm pretty sure I paid $1 for it. It was by a company. There's a store in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and they always have like a ton of different gourds available, especially like through the seasons and that kind of thing. So it did come from a store in Gettysburg, and that sold for $19.99. So my last cha-ching you did see, I think it was my very last item, was some Hershey's Christmas ornaments by Kurt Adler. Eric and I won a flat of these at an auction, and this one was a the ones that were shaped more like Hershey's Kisses, and those sold for $12.99. Okay, and in my last cha-ching, you guys saw a bunch of those Kurt Adler ornaments. I sold another one of the Mrs. Claus ornaments, so I paid $1 for that, and it sold for $29.99. This next item was a crafting kit by Busilla. I actually got this at an auction. I paid $1. It was brand new, still sealed. It was called Lots of Christmas Ornaments, and it made just a bunch of felt Christmas ornaments, and that sold for $39.99. Next item I have is a little trinket box. This I also won at an auction. It was on a tray with, you know, some other random things. It was by a company called Staffordshire Enamel, and some of the items from that brand can sell well. This was just a little tiny little enameled trinket box, and it was of a poinsettia, so that did sell for $29.99. I can't remember exactly what I paid for the tray that came off of, but it probably wasn't much. Next we have another Yankee candle tart warmer. So there was one in my last Christmas cha-ching. This one was of Santa on a rooftop, and that one sold for $29.99. Again, an item that I had won at an auction. Next thing we have is a vintage sequin Christmas tree ornament. This was one of those ornaments that you would have been able to make, you know, like a DIY type of thing, like a little kit. This did come from those Christmas boxes that I gotten for free. and it was just a little sequin push pin tree, and that sold for $15.99. Alright, this next item was a set of 4 Campbell's Soup Christmas ornaments. This did go to a subscriber named Georgie. I won these ornaments at an auction, and they sold for $19.99. Next item also went to a subscriber named Stephanie. This one was a glass cat Christmas ornament. I had gotten this, oh my gosh, I can't even remember, but I know it wasn't that long ago. It was definitely at a yard sale, and I was probably charged about $1 for it, and that sold for $14.99. Next, we have a Holt Howard Christmas tree shaped ashtray. I picked this up at a yard sale. It did have a chip on the underside, so I was like kind of hesitant on purchasing it to begin with, but I feel like it's just really hard to find Holt Howard items, especially, you know, at yard sales and stuff like that. Typically, anytime I ever see any Holt Howard pieces, they're either in antique stores, which is also kind of rare, and also, obviously at auctions is where I typically see them. And I think I paid 10 cents for the ashtray. It sold for $12.99. Next item did go to a subscriber as well named Liz. This one was a little ceramic angel wearing a red robe. That sold for $9.99, and I'm pretty sure this also came from an auction as well, or a rummage sale. I feel like Eric picked up a few Christmas related figures at a fill-a-bag rummage sale recently as well, so that might have been where that one came from. Next we have an Old World Christmas German smoker. So I had won a whole bunch of nutcrackers and German smokers at an auction. You guys saw that video. This one was of like a bartender basically, and he sold for $36.99. I'm like thinking, I wrote down this cha-ching a few weeks ago now, so I don't have the images in my mind, like it's just my notes basically. So I don't know if that smoker was one from when I won at the auction, or if it was one that I already previously had. So if it doesn't look familiar, it was one I had previously had. Next we have a Snow White Christmas ornament. This was just kind of like a plastic ornament with like a flocked look to it, texture, and I got that at a yard sale, and I'm pretty sure I paid $1, but it was in a baggie with some other random ornaments, and that sold for $9.99. Next we have another Kurt Adler Van Cragg ornament. This one was of a toy soldier, and that sold for $29.99, and I did pay $1 for that. Okay, let's see. We are at a set of Pier 1 tapered LED candles. I recently got these at a yard sale. I think it was the same sale I purchased the glass cat ornament. I'm pretty sure, again, I was charged either $1 or $2 for these, and they sold for $19.99. Okay, our next item went to a subscriber as well named Cynthia. This one was of a blue, like a cobalt blue Santa Claus on his sleigh. It was glass by Westmoreland. So it's kind of like a hen on nest, except it was a Santa on nest. Like he had the lid and everything. You could take the top part off. Anyway, won that at an auction. I can't remember what I paid for it exactly. I'd say maybe $4 or $5, and that sold for $26.99. Next, I have another one of those handmade kind of like DIY Christmas ornament kit of a sequined mushroom, and it had a little bumblebee on top. Again, this came from the same box of free Christmas ornaments that I had gotten, and that one sold for $19.99. I have a Willie Ray Studio figure. This was a pretty large figure called Moose Stash. Eric and I actually purchased this off of Facebook Marketplace. I can't remember exactly what Eric paid for it. I want to say $30, and that sold for $179.99. So this one was a one that was a little more harder to come by type of thing. Next we have a pair of Santa Claus ceramic boots. These also came from an auction. I believe they were just on a tray of other random stuff that I had won, and those sold for $12.99. I have a Spode round covered casserole dish. This has, you know, the Christmas tree print on it. I had this for a very, very, very long time, so I'm so grateful that it finally sold. I'm pretty sure I had picked it up at Goodwill at some point a very long time ago, but it did sell for $59.99. Alright, so the next item is one of those German nutcrackers that I won at the auction. This one was of a musketeer, and he sold for $99.99. We also have a set of 8 Department 56 ceramic Christmas trees. These did go to a subscriber named Margaret. So these would be just really nice to put in like Christmas villages and stuff like that. And they sold for $34.99. Next we have an angel sequin ornament. So there were a set of 2 of these little angel sequin ornaments, and those sold for $15.99. Next we have a set of 6 putz houses. Eric and I won a bunch of putz houses at the auction. We just kind of lotted them semi together in, you know, I don't know. There wasn't like a complete rhyme or reason to how we parted them out, but it all worked out well in the end, because I'm pretty sure they either all sold or I only have 1 set left. So this was a set of 6 that sold for $29.99, and just yesterday I stayed home with the puppy and Eric went to the auction and he won some more putz houses. So we got another stock of putz houses to list. Next we have an Old World Christmas glass ornament. This one was of a school bus. Eric and I got this at a yard sale. I think we paid a quarter or 50 cents for it. It still had its original tag, and that sold for $13.99. Next we have a Department 56 item. This was called Goofy's Gas Station. So this would have been like for a Disney related kind of Christmas village. Eric and I won that at an auction as well. We did pay up for it, but it did sell for $254.99. So it was still a good price, and we still did make some profit off of it. Next we have a set of 2 girly candles. These were Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Again, came on a tray from the auction, and those sold for $19.99. Next item was that ESC Trading Snowman. Eric and I found this at an antique store, stumbled upon it. We paid $15 for it, and I sold it for $159.99. So that was so super surprising to me. We went into the antique store just to kind of shop around for ourselves, not really expecting to find anything that we could flip for a profit, but we did. We stumbled upon a really good one, so that was awesome, and it kind of is making me want to check out antique stores a little bit more. Next we have a vintage aluminum Christmas tree. This was a 6.5-foot aluminum Christmas tree. Still had its original box in beautiful condition. Eric and I won this at an auction. I'm pretty sure he paid about $100 for it, and it sold for $450. And that did go overseas. It actually went to Australia. So that's really awesome. I love when stuff like that goes to like another country. It's just, you know, something from here is gonna be enjoyed, you know, somewhere else in the world. Like, I don't know. I love that. Okay, so next we have a set of 5 Christmas caroler figures. This also went to a subscriber named Kathy. Eric and I won these again at an auction. A lot of this stuff is auction things, since, you know, yard sale season is over. A lot of my inventory is, you know, coming from auctions. So these did go to Kathy. It was a set of 5 of them, and they sold for $19.99. Alright, we got another of the German nutcrackers that Eric and I won at the auction, and this one was of a watchman, and he sold for $129.99. Then we also have a Christmas Corsage Pin. I had gotten a bunch of these at a yard sale. This was a while back, and I sold like every single one of them except for this one. And this one, for whatever reason, just sat and nobody seemed to want it. But it finally did sell for $11.99. So next item is another set of the vintage putz houses. This was a set of 3 of them, and those sold for $23.99. And speaking of putz houses, we got 2 more. This was a set of 2 that sold for $19.99. So all those putz houses, you know, we purchased together at the auction. Let's see, the next item was a pin of some holly leaves. This came in that box full of jewelry that I had purchased at a yard sale for $5. I figured this was, you know, Christmas themed enough, so I got it listed, and it did sell for $9.99. Next we have a box of shiny bright ornaments. So these had, you know, an original shiny bright box plus all of the ornaments inside, just various ones. There were some indents, there were some striped ones in there, and some with like stenciling. I put these up on auction, and they sold for $56.55, and again, those also came from the auction. Next was another nutcracker. This one was by Steinbach, and it was the Fly Fisherman Nutcracker. He sold for $139.99. And then the last thing that I have for this CHING, my second Christmas CHING, is another Spode item. Again, another piece that I've had for a while. I think, you know, since Christmas was coming and people were, you know, wanting to set their tables and stuff with, you know, all their Spode Christmas tree related items. This one was a Tidbit Tray. I'm pretty sure it either came from a yard sale or the thrift store, and that sold for $12.99. So that is everything for this second CHING Christmas video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You have to let me know how you've been feeling about these Christmas only related CHING videos. Like I said, I would like to do a third one yet. I think I almost have enough, I feel like, to do a third one. It's like I never want my CHING videos to be super duper long, but I don't want them to be, you know, obviously super short either. So I think I do have enough to do one more. So as long as I get the time to sit down and record and edit another one, then you should see another one. I know the entire time I've been sitting here, I've been distracted just thinking of the dog downstairs and how I can't wait to get back to her. So I apologize if I'm not like 100% mentally available to you guys right now, but I'm just so excited to spend more time with her. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. You'll have to let me know what you thought down in the comments, and I will see you next time.